the book reading. Okay, give me 1 second. Or the book reading is gonna go. So we have, it's broken down by topics, or chapters, and then by key points, by activity, and how you're gonna focus and all of that. This breakdown is gonna be shared daily on the group. So this is what we have right now. I'm just gonna go through like a quick scroll down. So we have, I think, about 42 days. So this is what we're doing. The number on here is the day, and we have the dates on the right side. On the extreme left, where you have day, this is day one. So like today, this is day one. We're doing introduction of the book, icebreakers, and stuff like that. So we're expected to read page 13 and 14. That's where the actual book starts. So like I have mine like so. It has like some pages like acknowledgement and this and that. You can read that too if you want to, but the actual page of the reading starts from page 13. So this is the actual reading that we're gonna do today, and it's a small book, but it's full of a lot of information, quality information. So today is day one, and day two will be focused on the chapter that we're gonna be treating. Um, so let me go through it. Mine is an old book because I've had this for a while. So we have the chapters like so, uh, relationships and their role in society. So we have that, and some days you will see that there are multiple, like for example, day three and day four says concept of marriage and purpose. That's not an error, but if you look at the page breakdown on the right that says page, you see page 19 to 22, it actually covers concept of marriage and purpose. We don't want to rush through this book, so that's why we broke it down in little pieces. And take your time, go through it, go through the activity, key discussion points, just go through everything you need to go through. Anything that you're confused about, you have questions about, we're gonna also post, online. Write your questions down. So we have a Google document we're gonna show you and post it in the group, where you can post if you have 1 million questions. Just post it on there. We're gonna see all of the questions. But let me continue. So this is the breakdown for each day. So the official start date of the reading is 19th. October 1st was when we kind of did like a soft, opening, where we onboarded people, and here we are today. So this will end officially on the 26th of November. So this is the 26th of November. And we have like extra couple of days, day 41, 42, day 40, 41, and 42. We can reach out and maybe join in on quick Zoom call if you have concerns, questions, but that will be fleshed out as we go on. So this is what you will get daily. So for today, after the call, we're gonna post this. So let me go scroll down. So every Saturday between 8 and 9 p.m. West African time, we're gonna be having 1 hour Zoom call. But the goal is to have everyone read the pages ahead, write down your questions, put it on send it through Google Doc where we get the questions so we can ask the leaders if things we cannot answer, because we're reading the book too, we're gonna have questions too. So we will come here every Saturday from 8 to 9 p.m. Nigerian time or West African time on Zoom. And also on here, if you look at it, we have like daily reading, which is where we track everyone. So someone is responsible for posting. So daily posting is this. Okay, so day 39, we're gonna post this, the pages you're gonna do, what it covers, the activity you're gonna do. So the ones that have so you have marriage on day 35, you have marriage on day 36. This is the breakdown of the chapter. So you might see a repetition of the activity because by the time you read more of the pages of that chapter, you probably have more questions. So this is not an error. This is intentionally done like so. Um, so someone will do the posting daily, which is this page, and then the next one we're gonna post a poll, and the poll will be: I've read my book, I'm still reading, and not, or I haven't read it today. And the purpose of that is for us to track so that when you come, you don't come and be asking us questions when you have not read the book. We will pay more attention to people who have read the book, and we're gonna be tracking these, making sure everyone reads and follow through and do all of the required activities. And any questions, like I said, you have, we're gonna put it on Google Doc, and we're gonna send the Google Doc information as well. So that's all. If you have any question, if you're so confused by what I shared, um, we can always go back to it, but we will keep it moving. And I'm gonna pass it over to Oiko. Before that, like I said earlier, if you still have challenges on getting your book, especially those in Nigeria. Now we have Seller. You can get the book on Seller, where you can read on Seller.com. You have Amazon. But for Amazon, for you to buy on Amazon through the ebook, you have to buy from your laptop or your desktop. You cannot get it on your phone because it will not download. You cannot get it on your tablet. It has to be a laptop or a desktop computer. And also, I think that's all I have to say. If there's any more
Okay.
information,
Thank
we
you.
will. Yes. Thank you. Over to
All right.
you, Oyinkan. Thank
Okay.
you.
So, good
Good
evening,
evening, everybody.
everybody. Thank you so much, Ria, um, for that brief introduction. Our time is fast spent, actually. We have just 3 minutes. I'd like to welcome everyone once again, Pastor Bio, Pastor Lola, Brother Kunle Iroja, Sister Nike Alao. I'm assuming, please pardon me if you're X and Y, if you're male, Sister Nike Alao, Sister Inko, Maria, because you have read out the Riot Act, and Timmy Tokwe. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully, next week more people will be able to join us. Is fast spent. Next meeting is next week Saturday. It's going to be for an hour. We just quickly wanted to bring this on board, so we don't push it. We don't keep pushing it. Tonight is actually our KISS meeting, and we would be starting that meeting in a couple of minutes, few minutes, to be precise. But please, your questions, we're going to drop at the end of tonight's meeting or before tonight ends. At the end of tonight's meeting, we're going to drop a Google form in the chat. Well, we can all drop our questions. If we have questions, we can drop it in the Google forms. It will be curated, and we would get down to having them all answered. And then navigating from hello to I do, we are actually supposed to have like an icebreaker activity where we go around the room and we find out from everyone what our expectation is from reading this book. But because our time is fast spent and we need to keep to time, we will do that next week. Next week we have a full hour, to deal with the hello to I do, and then we'll be engaging every single one of us. Yes. So Ria is saying the book club is covered for both single and married, actually. So that's why, we don't want to push it over. So next week we'll have a full hour for the hello to I do book. I hope we all have our books. I have mine. We'll be reading and be engaging us on the WhatsApp platform, please. And then next week we would start off with the icebreaker activity of what do we expect from this hello to I do. And honestly, I'm using myself as a guinea pig, as it were, and I'm saying that I have never heard of that concept before in my entire life. Is there a navigation code, cheat code, as it were, like that? If you know what I mean. And I would like to break that cycle and, get that knowledge and impact it on someone else as well. And then not make that mistake of, having boundaries breached unnecessarily. But yeah, that is it. Thank you very much, everyone. I would hand over now to Oyinkan, so that we don't overshoot our time. I have some people pinching me from behind and telling me, time's up, time's up, time's up. So over to you, Oyinkan.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you all so much for joining. If there's anyone, I would say that, the book club is now, we've wrapped it up for the book club, and we'll go on to KISS right away. Can I ask that people should please kindly introduce themselves on the group? So, because I'm sure that we only have some people, for some people, we only have their numbers. So if you can just put your name and, what you do, one fun thing that we should remember about you on the group, that would be lovely. Thank you very much. I would say that the singles should please wait behind because there's something really special lined up for you. So if you're single, like myself, please wait behind. Don't drop off the call. And I would like to, just quickly introduce, KISS. KISS. The first time I posted that, people were asking me, what does KISS mean? When are we kissing? And I'm like, no, we're not kissing. KISS basically or simply means Kingdom Integrated Single Services. Although it says kiss, but it doesn't give you permission to kiss anyone, basically. But here we have a lot of fun. We, do kingdom work together. We network, we fellowship, we have a great time. Sometimes we we meet up once a month. We do physical meetups. We do a lot of virtual meetups. It's just an opportunity to connect and have a good time with fellow singles. Share ideas. I'm excited that we have the book club anyway, but beyond that, Kingdom Integrated Single Services is an opportunity for singles to mingle, to do life together. And I'd like to encourage you, if you're single, if you know people who are single, we don't want to do this alone. We want other single people to join us. We want it to be as much fun as possible. So, let it be dynamic. Let's have the full range of people on board. But basically, that's what KISS is all about. Singles, doing it the right way. And I just like to encourage as many singles are available to join us, because we definitely have, a good time in here. Without, wasting much time, I'd like to, ask, Bolanle to go on to the next item. Thank you very much.
Okay. Right. Okay, so well, welcome once again to KISS. We have an icebreaker activity tonight. Yeah, is it ready? Oh, okay. Ria is sharing with people that if you're married and came in for the book club meeting, you can drop off now. Thank you for coming. So please, if you're married, please. we only want single people here. Thank you. See you next
I think we need to let the married people know that you're not the only ones having all the fun. So that we also have a fun time for Mated. I thought you were going to tell them about Mated B. I'm disappointed. Come on, tell them about Mated.
Okay, so apologies. Okay, so we have the married version of this meeting. So if you have people who are married, they have this kind of great conversations that edify families, edify relationships, right? So, and that married version is called Mated. And it's an acronym for marriage as the enterprise divine. And it's an amazing opportunity for families to come together in a community where, commonwealth is shared, commonwealth is explored, and we grow together as a village. So right here, Kingdom Connection is like a village, right? A village consists of different demographics. So you have the silent generation, the baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha, right? And so you have different stages and levels of mentorship and edification and roles and prayers. And we just come in together to leverage on the wealth God has given us as a community, and we grow together. So please join us in this village of Christians. We are Christian villagers, and in the marketplace, of course, in the city. And so you're welcome to join, either Mated or KISS. You're welcome, right? Thank you very much. So Ria, is our icebreaker activity ready?
One second. Not ready yet. Can we move to the next, please?
Okay. So the next on the agenda basically will be to talk about our topic for today, which is proposal. And Pastor Bayo, this is where you come on. Proposals. He proposed, she said yes. Okay. And the question, the $1 million question that I have always wondered, though, I don't think I've ever shared or asked anybody really that. Is there like a time frame? You meet some people will say, oh, I met my husband 3 days, we were married. 57 years ago, we're going strong. And then I've met people that have said, oh, we courted for 10 years. 2 years after the marriage, we had to go our separate ways. Some people say, oh, the ideal duration for a marriage or for, is 3 months. 3 months, you know each other, your likes and dislikes, and, and then you'll be able to know 3 months, and so you find people kind of like counting the days, like, okay, is it 3 months yet? So that is, one of the questions that we will be interested in exploring tonight. Is there a as it were? Is there something that, okay, if you've done it this way, you have gotten it, then you can live happily ever after? If I mean, and it will be interesting to know on that. But before you come up, we'd like to go around the room and find out from everyone, what is your perspective? What do you think? Do you think courtship leads to marriage, like, marital bliss? Do you think it's short? Do you think I had somebody was telling it's so many baggage that we picked up along the way, and saying that you need to even sleep in that guy's house so that you will know that you know if he snores, for instance. How will you know if he snores? And something like that, and that's the duration of all that is included in the duration of quote and unquote the courtship period. So please, if you're ready to share your perspective, we'll appreciate that. Otherwise, am I permitted to call people? Am I permitted to call people, please? Okay, so Sister Nike, I'm assuming you are a sister, please, because I can't see your face. So I'm assuming, are you close to your phone? Can you unmute? What do you think? Do you think that, courtship should be long-term, short-term, or determined by the Holy Ghost? Even if it is determined by the Holy Ghost, how would you know it's determined by the Holy Ghost? You know what I mean? Hello, Sister Nike.
I actually just caught the tail end of your question. But yeah, I think I'll give the best answer.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, when it comes to courtship, I'm sort of new on this block, but I don't think there's a formula or there's a rule of thumb when it comes to courtship. For me, I just feel that so long as we have, the same goals, we're headed in the same direction, and we've set our priorities and goals on, what we want to achieve as far as the relationship, is concerned. And I think one thing I used to do when I was in a relationship is to have like roundtables like every month. Okay, where is this going? And what are the what do we want to achieve, in this relationship? So I don't think there is a particular timeline. Some people can date for 3 months and get married and have a great marriage. Some people date for 10 years and it doesn't end up in a marriage. So it depends on, what goals you've both set for each other, as far as your marital settlement is concerned. I believe this is when you should be on the same page, when it'll be one party will suffer if you keep asking the other, okay, so where's this going? So I don't know, I just feel that there isn't any rule of thumb, so to say. If you're headed in the same direction, you just sit down, have a round table, just the same way, you work in a company and you set goals and you achieve them, and you say, okay, well, this year, these are the KPIs we want to achieve. I think most of the times we don't apply the same, sort of principles to relationships. So I don't think there's any hard rule or rule of thumb to, courtship before you get married. That's just my own opinion. It may not apply to other people.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Sister Nike. God bless you. Sister Vivian, good to have you. What's your take on this? Are you close to your phone?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. So the question is there supposed to be, do I feel that there should be a timeline to courting?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Well, personally, I've always been from the school of thought that people who actually get married straight out of school, like from NYSC time, and I don't know, I'm still trying to gather the statistics, but it seems to me like their marriages tend to last longer for some reason. And the reason for this is because I feel so much hasn't gone into that thing you call experience, which is like, when you're a child, you're so open-minded, you have positive outlook towards everything and all that. But as you start to grow and you start to have this thing called experience, it has its good side and it has its negative effects, if you ask me. Because if we bring it into marriage, I don't think there's actually a formula like the other sister had said. But the truth be told is when you go straight into something with the passion, with the expectation, with understanding that, okay, we're going into this with this, what would I call it? A bit of being naive.
Naivety,
yes. You actually find yourself working together with a single tunnel vision together. And you just, there isn't this thing about, oh, we're weathering the storm. Yes, the storm is there and all that, but is this like innocence that you go into marriage with, and then you get it done? But when you say, okay, you want to date for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, get to know someone, there is no knowing anybody. Like you call it, we are human beings, which is BEING, meaning we're a work in progress. So there's no end to it. So there's no like, oh, I've known this person totally. But you should have a compass. And a few things I'd like to put into that is, I'm from a broken marriage right now. Recently divorced. I was married for, let me say, I got married 2000 and